Hey guys, Wheatywaffle here today, and we are back in City Skylines 2 in our city of Lethe, and since we last played, we got the French pack. Let's start off with zoning out some of Basin's Edge here. So let's start off by building, I think we start with building this, let's put the bank like right here on this corner. It's a pretty decent looking building. Now, this is what I'm most worried about, is that we're going to have a lot of edges that are just flat walls. So my hope is that wherever we have something like that, we can fill it in and disguise it. In this case, we might have to put some trees there, but we're going to let those zone in there. Let's go ahead and speed this up to 2 times speed. We actually don't need any more offices at all. What we really need is residential. I was initially thinking Basin's Edge was going to be all commercial for the most part, but now that we're kind of getting into it, I think we might actually switch this to residential. Let's move our post office. Let's just get it out of that main area. We'll place it over here. And now we've got 3 or 6 blocks that we can kind of zone in, and then we also have this area that we'll zone in as well. So let's just do the French buildings. What are our options? French medium density row housing. We've got medium density housing, mixed housing, and low rent housing. Let's do the mixed housing because that's kind of what we wanted in here anyway, was to have businesses along the bottom as well. Then maybe we do a little bit of low rent housing along the main road there. It's gonna be a little bit louder, not as desirable. And then we'll do some medium density housing along this area as well as this area. And should we do, let's do a little bit more of the medium density or the low rent. We'll do some right there. All right, let's see this zone in. We're gonna go to 3 times speed. While that's going, I do think we need to think about parking lots and kind of limiting some of the cars in this area. So this road here is a pedestrian road. It has the trams on it, but there shouldn't be any cars on Briar Rose Street. I think we do want to have some parking access for Crust Street. So let's jump in here and see what we've got. I think we could keep them pretty small. Although like right here, we can maybe fit... Can we fit one like kind of next to some of this? No, and I don't want to place them in here. I mean, this right here would be a perfect spot for a parking lot. And actually, no one's zoned back there. Let's place a parking lot right here. It's across the street from this massive statue, which I think looks great. Then I think we probably want to consider parking over here somewhere. We've got this roundabout for our tram. I wonder if we could squeeze a parking lot in here, or we place one kind of along the shoreline. No, I don't know if I want to do that. All right, let's see. Nope, that's too big. What about this one? Can this one squeeze in here somewhere? It's not enough. Okay, I think what we do is this. Let's upgrade these sets of roads. Then this can be deleted because now the trams can just turn around this way instead. And if they turn around that way, it gives us this whole corner to place a parking lot in. I think we could get away with one big parking lot, and that kind of limits the access for cars on this Briar Rose Street. Now, I also wonder if, you know what? Does this fit this way? It does. I wonder if we place that there. And while we have some things zoning in, let's try to redo this section. So I'm going to get rid of all of the trees in this area. Let's switch back over. Let's look at these different ground types. So we've got concrete surface 1 and concrete surface 2. And then we have pavement surface 1 and pavement surface 2. Those are so similar. All right, pavement surface 1 seems to be what matches this guy here. So let's go ahead and try to fill, I think, this whole area with pavement. Now we have that fully covered in pavement. Perfect. I want to go ahead and just try to detail this area. We still have all this kind of zoning in. We're going to look at it in a second, but first, let's try to make this area look a little bit nicer. So we're going to give tree coverage all the way around the parking lot area. We're also going to do grass along here. I feel like that's just... that looks nice. Okay. Now I want to turn this into some kind of plaza-esque place. So I think if we can, let's see if we can build... we can build roads right on top of this. Perfect. So we're going to take a road straight on out. I think from the middle of here if I can. Yeah, let's do this. Let's take this out 90 degrees from here. At this point, let's go ahead and start curving this direction and send it straight on out here. We'll turn off that extra intersection because we don't need it. Then let's do a second curve here. And then let's do a third curve. Actually, instead, let's do this. Let's go from here to here. Ooh, but that didn't work totally because now you can't see it. All right, we'll do a little move it. This is the most... oh, undo. This is the most involved I've ever gotten with one of these before. All right, so in here, we're going to place down a fountain. I think that'll look nice. Let's do this one because I think that is a good height for this area. It's not too large. Let's do some trees. Really? No. Let's do bushes and flowers. Let's try to keep it somewhat small. So we'll put a bush here. We'll do one on all three sides. Then let's try to do some of these. Now, unfortunately, it's winter, which means we're not going to be able to enjoy whatever plants we plant until the season changes. But that's okay. This will do for now. Let's get in here with some of these bushes. We're really going to hide this thing, but that's okay with me. Let's do whatever these ones are. Now, is there even a smaller one? I think that's the smallest one we've got. What's that? They're all looking the same. Okay. Good enough. That'll do. So now we've got this little center there you can walk into. Great. I do think this area needs some benches. So let's pick a bench we like. I like this one, the garden bench too. The only thing I don't like is that I can't seem to control the color of these. So that'll be one color and then this will be a different color. I'm sure that there's a mod for this, but I don't know what it is. We'll do benches on both sides. Man, that is a really, really loud tram. Okay. Some of them are just more weathered than others. And then I think I do want to have some on this road as well. So we'll do one here, and one down here. Flip it around. We'll do one here, and one here. And then I could also see something like this, like gazebo type thing. The problem is you can't place it over top of the pathways. I feel like that would look awesome. There's also only one entrance. If there are ones that have more than one entrance, I could see them being placed in a way that you would have to walk through them, but I don't know if that'll work for any of those. Do we want any of this? I think a kiosk could be nice if we placed a kiosk. Oh my god, it's so loud. It's so loud. Oh. It's also like totally backed up. We have this parking lot. I wonder if having a kiosk for people to access would be useful. You get off the parking lot, or get out of the parking, oh my goodness. You park your car, and then you walk over here, and you can visit this kiosk to get some information before you start touring the area. Are you guys going to fix yourself, or are you just trying to get in order? Because, like, these ones are moving forward. That's great. There's one there. I mean, I almost feel like there's too many of these. 1, 2, 3. Like, how many are on this line? The purple route. There's 14 vehicles. That's just way too many for the size of this line. Give it 8 vehicles for now. And then if we need to upgrade how many vehicles we have, we can. But 14 is too much. Okay, this is already starting to look fantastic. So these here are the low income housing along this road here. But then here we've got some of our mixed use as well as some of our offices. Ooh, I already like this. All right, we don't really have any demand for the medium density, which if I recall is most of this. There's not any French specific of these other two, commercial or industrial, but there is more French office and there's a bit more office demand. So let's go ahead and put some office right there along that edge. We're going to have to wait for the demand to come up for this medium density residential, but I think what we could do... Oh, all these people are moving in. I think what we could do is use some of these medium density row homes. I think I want to save this row here for more mixed use housing. You know what? Screw it. Let's go ahead and place that there now. Let's do these along here. Let's place a pathway here to fix this craziness. And then we can place more of these row homes there. And like this right here. This is crazy looking. There we go. Much better. Okay. I think we got rid of some of these trams. I don't know if this tram is moving at all. I feel like this tram is just stuck here. Also, the speed up does not do anything for me. Like here's regular 1-time speed. There's 3 for a second and then it goes back down to 1-time speed. Like it's just playing on 1-time speed even though it says we're at 3-time speed. Yeah, I don't think that one works. How can I like delete a tram? Because you don't seem well. Why do I feel like this route has been duplicated? This doesn't seem right. Delete the route entirely. It doesn't look correct. It's not correct. Because it doesn't seem like our stops that were here before are still here. Now let's retry this. If you go from here to this second stop, then to this stop, then to this stop, which is where you turn around. I don't know if this other stop is as necessary because it's the end of the line, but we'll leave it. Then you go to this stop. Then you go to that stop. Then you come back up and you go to this stop and we close it out. There we go. I think that's what we were looking for. All right, back to what we were doing here. We've got a massive traffic jam here. We know this is from people moving in, so I'm not too concerned about it. Oh my gosh, these really do look so nice. I like that this neighborhood is completely different than everything else. Are there any services, before we go back to decorating, are there any services over here that we're missing? So like healthcare, I think we're totally covered in this respect. There is a new French hospital, which looks like it's got gardens behind it, and I think it's just a beautiful building. I don't even know if we need to put this anywhere. We don't really have any need for it. Oh, I want to try it out one day. It looks so nice. There's also a French crematorium, which, you know what? We could always do with more crematoriums. I feel like we never have enough. Let's, low air pollution. Let's slide one in over here. Which direction is the wind going? That way. Perfect. Perfect. We want here, here. Let's just take this guy and place it right here on the corner and see what it looks like. Oh my gosh. That's a great building. Great building. And it's going to blow that direction, so that's totally fine. What else do we have in here? We've got recycling. There's nothing new. There are some new schools. So we have a French high school. We have a French elementary school. And we have a French college. Which, like, look at that building just being able to be along the side of the road. That's amazing. Let's check out how we're actually doing over here. So This does not have an operating district, this college, Chichester College. I think what we need to do is we limit Chichester, ooh, they redid this overlay, to Grad Hospital, Chichester, Spruce Valley, Capital City, as well as Basin's Edge. We'll put Vermont Gardens in there, but I don't think that that's going to matter too much. Then let's go ahead and build the French College in here as well. Why not? We never have enough room for college students, so I think we get more of them. Now, this has a blank wall on that one side. If we place that there, we still have room to zone in a townhome along the side, which I actually think we're going to maybe delete that townhome really quick. What I want to do, I want to do it inside the grids, snap to existing geometry. We're going to send this straight back. So the townhome's going to get much smaller, but that helps fix this zoning a little bit. This is going to look really nice. So now we have Basin's Edge French Hospital, or French College. I think we could just call it Basin's Edge College. And this is going to operate here in Basin's Edge, Chichester, Grad. It's going to operate in the same areas, but these colleges are like local colleges for this area. I know it's close to this one, but they look so different. I think that's okay. Now, that's the hospital. Where's the high school? I know she's over here. Here's an elementary school. This only operates in these 3 districts, and it is already overwhelmed. So I think we're going to remove Basin's Edge from this list. So now this only operates in these 2, Chichester and Grad Hospital. Basin's Edge has about 1,200 kids. Oh my gosh. We definitely need an elementary school here for Basin's Edge. Here's the French elementary school. It's actually not too bad. Looks like it would look better in the middle of a section of road. I think we could place this. I'm going to place it right here. It's going to ruin that house, but I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And then this is exclusively going to function inside Basin's Edge, which actually I'm realizing now needs to be expanded because it's not even in the actual zonable area. So now we have an elementary school. What are the upgrades? This here, 2 additional sunrooms, 250 student capacity. We're going to need that because it's already going to be at its maximum right off the bat, which is fine. Sorry, there's not enough room for everybody to go to school in that neighborhood. High school. Where is the high school? Let's go back here. Oop. We got these 2 guys. We got these 2 guys. I think there's a high school snuck right in here. Yep. This is functioning in, again, these same 3 districts, but it's not able to keep up with the demand. It's got both upgrades. Let's get rid of Basin's Edge from its list, and let's add in the new French high school as well. Quick little autosave. Now this is a building. Damn, it's big. I think it's going to go right here on this corner. It's also going to get a path right behind it, just like so. We'll go ahead and fill in this area with, I think, a small parking lot or a parking lot that fits in this little block like that. And then I think what we'll do is we'll use Move It, and we're actually going to just scoot it over right next to the path. Get rid of the tree that came through. Get rid of this tree that came through, as well as that tree. That works fine for me. Could we get a path all the way around the back? Unlikely. Actually, hold on. We can get a path all the way around it. So I say go for it. And actually, then we're going to do this. We're going to scoot it over just a bit more. Center it in this area. Okay, so now we've got a parking lot kind of for this Basin's Edge High School. Let's go ahead and set the district for this to Basin's Edge. And then let's look at these expansions. We've got a student capacity expansion by adding a science lab, which in real life, I spent my summer helping build a science lab at one of my schools. So that's very exciting that I get to build a science lab in game when art imitates life. And then a courtyard expansion, extra space for students, providing amenities for their well-being as they prepare for their exams. Oh yeah, we're going to do that because then we've got this nice path that connects into the parking lot. Also, people are really loving these parking lots. Now, Hemlock Street, I think we need to keep open lanes, full parking, yada yada. But I do think inside this area that we're building out inside of all of Basin's Edge, there's no reason that these main roads would not be tree lined. Oop. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. You guys can park there. It's fine. Tree lined and grass lined. I just think this would look so much nicer. We still have this strange backup happening here, which I don't fully understand. I think because of how this intersection works, they're not able to turn around. So here we gotta undo what we did the first time around. Let's delete this line entirely. Just get rid of the tram for now. No tram available. Sorry guys, you gotta go home. Let's rotate our tram to go around this park. Right? There's some little pieces here and there that we missed. Don't fully understand what your problem here is. You are connected. You're claiming not to be, but you are. It gave way too many intersections over here, but it worked. So let's remove basically all of these extra add-on intersections except for right there. Now, this is totally cleared out. So let's re-examine how this is working. I would say I could get into having an additional set of tram stops back this way. So let's do this. You're going to go from here. You're going to come over to here. You're going to come over to here. Come down to here. And then you're going to stop once here, but then you're going to turn around because I'm not doing that double stop. That just seems so unnecessary. You'll stop there. You'll stop there. You'll stop here, and then you're going to come around, and you're also going to stop right here. Really should have been the other side of the road. I'm realizing that now in hindsight. Because then you'd be next to this park. But I'm not that pressed about changing it. I almost want to turn this portion of Crestview into the tram road and remove this. I feel like this section here is maybe part of the problem. So let's just try that out for a moment. Let's upgrade this portion of Crestview. And then let's downgrade this portion. So the trams will come in. They're going to turn up Crestview just to get access. And even still, you know what? No, they're not going to do that at all. The trams are going to use this road. I don't know why you got rid of my retaining wall. Yep. Then this is not going to have anything. And then this needs to have retaining wall. All right, there we go. Then turn all this off. Remove this entirely. There we go. So now the trams actually come out. They go this direction. This is how they feed in. And then once they get in here, they crash like this. Something is telling me this is not my fault. That this might just be the game. Okay. Great work. Do you know where you're going or how you're going to get there? Okay. I think we're getting slowly better at this. Now let's go ahead and remove the trees from this little area. And I think I am going to anarchy in just a really large tree here. I want a oak. I want it to be nice and mature. We're going to go anarchy right there on the corner. Yep. Now, I do wish I had some zoning along here. So let's see if we can make a bit of a change. turn off anarchy. And let's try to just do something like this. Maybe? Wait a minute. I don't know if I understand what's happening. Just build on the ground like you normally would. For all the joy I have with this game, sometimes it really does get a little wonky. All right, there we go. That's better. So now we can fit in a few buildings this way as well. And then I think what that lets us do is just then fill in some trees in this area. We'll do 1 or 2 oaks. We'll do a few of these guys, whatever those are. Can we fit an alder or 2? Yeah, just to kind of give that a little bit of extra fullness. We'll do the same thing over here. Autosave. Okay, so that kind of whole block there looks pretty decent. An oak or something big right in the middle. When we lived back in the city, there was this one big tree that kind of divided our backyard from other people's backyards. And it was in between the fences. So it was kind of all of ours, but also none of our responsibility. So that, I want to kind of emulate that there. This area, we do have a section where I think having a few more pieces of zoning would be valuable. So let's see if we can make that a reality. If I went like this, and then I deleted both of those. If I went like this, what would happen? I don't know if we can make that work. Instead, let's try to place a little park here then. We've got all kinds of, oh my gosh, like that one. Right there. That's a beautiful, perfect park. And then I think we're going to force a path through here. I don't see why we wouldn't. Let's do no snap to the side of buildings. Let's bring this up 3. Then we're going to bring it over like so. And bring it straight on back. Just like that. It's going to change some of these buildings. That's okay. I think we then can go around and just throw in a bunch of trees. We got a few different sizes. Place 1 here, 1 here, and then we'll place 2 there too. Oh, great. Okay. Now we have this low density area. I think I definitely want to fill this in with trees because, or not low density, low income, because you've got the front side that's going to have a ton of traffic. But there's no reason that you can't have some kind of nature to the back. What is that? An apple tree? I don't really want that. I think we could get away with some spruces in here. Kind of wherever they will fit. I swear I saw a blue highlight. Okay, so that block is done. This block is building out. We haven't done these blocks yet. This block is done. We started this block here where we have our college. What is this upgrade? Rooftop leisure area. Let's do it. Why not? We've got the money. Now, we're in a space where we definitely need more people. So I say, let's go ahead and do more mixed use. We need people and we need commercial. So fill this whole block here with mixed use. This whole street here, we can't make any upgrades to this road because it is the asymmetrical. I think that's going to change. I think it's going to be a regular road because I want all of this, both sides, to be tree lined as well as grass lined. Great. And then right here in front of Oak, let's go ahead and fill this out with some trees. Oh my gosh, this is looking so nice. These assets are beautiful. Like, look at this. Oh, speaking of, let's look at the other. That was the office that we placed there, right? There is this guy. This is a cabaret music hall located in 9th something of Paris. 10% entertainment citywide. Ooh, a cabaret music hall. Come on. If that's not perfect. We could put it next to the elementary school. That doesn't feel appropriate. This is a big parking lot. Now we could place it kind of along here. It's like a bit in the outskirts of the city, of the like French portion of the city. It's got an interesting facade along the side. And I don't mean interesting in a good way. But the facade here at the front is great. And then it's next to this huge parking lot. Okay. I like this. I say, though, for this to work, we have to have trees along the side. Let's do all the same height trees in a straight line from here to here. Let's reduce... All right, hold on. I think we actually do young trees. Okay. Few trees along the side to give it a little bit of something. That'll work nicely. I mean, the front of this is gorgeous. And it's right by a bus stop. Oh my gosh, you can't even plan this stuff. And it's good because it's near this other tourist building. Fantastic. So now we've built that unique building. What do we have here? A luxurious corner building hosts a refined French restaurant on the ground floor with elegant apartments above. I mean, this is the French section of our city. So if there was a place for these buildings, it would be here. I'm going to place it right there because I want it to be along the corner for sure. I don't want to have empty spaces or see the sides of it. Okay. What's this one? Residential complex with a cafe located in its courtyard. Oh, this one's like big. Now, this is one of those buildings where I feel like placing it along the corner like this makes a lot of sense. Although it looks like it actually might belong kind of in the middle of a block. Like, I think this could work well here. If I turn off the road piece here, where's the front? The front is right here. We could place it here. As close to, but not getting rid of that building as possible. Maybe we scoot it back just a bit. There we go. It's going to cause these buildings have to be rebuilt. I don't like what's being built there. And then I think we just get rid of that piece of zoning. That's fine. It still gives us this empty space here on the corner. Look how many people were moved out there. That's crazy. We'll still do a low rent if we can get a 3x3. Like, I'd be down for that. Or we do a mixed use like this. I think that looks probably nicer. Okay, let's do that. And then let's throw in some trees. Just throw in some trees. It's going to make all of this look so much better. There was a blue. I saw a blue. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to get a few more buildings here. This one actually looks like it might be a bit higher. 24% complete. We'll see. Now, over here, these are starting to come in. This is already looking really nice. Really enjoy that. Do we have autosave? We don't actually have anyone living in this kind of strip. I'm curious if these blocks are facing this way or if this building is taking up all of this space. Because that's not ideal if it is. And I actually think before we get too far along, let's go ahead and break some of this by putting in this path behind it. There we go. And I do think these are only zoning from this direction. So that means more oak trees. Oak. We'll do some alders. Then we'll do some chestnuts because they're a bit smaller. And then they'll call that a day. Oh my gosh. Okay. We never came back to this park, so I think we should probably consider doing that now. And it does look like our trams are working. No one's on that tram. No one's on that tram. Maybe I spoke too soon. No one's on that one. No one's on that one. 2 people are on that one. 1 person's on that one. 2 people are there, and that's it. I do also think it may make more sense to expand our tram line a little bit. I think the tram needs to not end where it's ending. Let's pause real quick. Get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, and get rid of this. Let's bring the pedestrian street from here to here, right? Boom, pedestrian road. At which point it then becomes this 2-lane road, which is totally fine. We need to bring the tram in front of the port because I feel like that's going to be so much more valuable. Upgrade that. Upgrade that. From here, though, bring this over. Let's do this. Upgrade this. We're going to avoid that intersection like the plague. Right? Make another one of those little triangles. But then right here, I think what we do is we do the 1 lane here, turn everything back on, go up 3, and then we're going to do this curve here. We should have a much better tram network because now we're able to access this public transit. And eventually, I want to take this tram even further, but I don't know if we're anywhere close to ready for that. People are still moving in. How are our services doing? Elementary school, doing okay. College, doing okay. High school, doing totally fine. We might be able to expand the high school's reach a bit here because this high school is practically full. How many kids or teens? There's 1,100. And Chichester's also pulling from Grad Hospital, which has 200 and some. And there's also Capital City, which has 600. But this guy is totally fine. So this is just a busy high school. It has all the upgrades though, so I think we allow for some overflow from the Chichester neighborhood. All right. This is looking pretty decent. I am feeling like now we need to fill in these other roads. Like I don't want these 3 blocks to be empty. I'm not a fan. So what is this here? These just look like European style. I want to say medium density. And I think I'm a fan of that. Or excuse me, American style medium density. But now let's go ahead and along this backside, place medium density, your American style buildings. I think on the front side, we could do medium density mixed use. Also kind of help address some of the demand we have for commercial. Now, in some of these areas, we've got our subway, and then right behind it, we have zoning, but nothing can be there because the zoning is not touching the road. I think in that case, these are perfect candidates to get small parking lots. It's a little bit smaller than I had planned. I kind of wanted this parking lot. I could do that if I got rid of this path. Isn't ideal, but I think we need to because I'd rather we have enough parking, and I do feel a bit stressed that we don't have enough parking. Let's do it this way. We'll bring this path from here, turn off a lot of these snap twos. Turn off all the snap twos actually, and let's just go from here to here, right? Then we have a building going there. Can we squeeze a pathway in between? We can. Put the pathway here. Up to here. let's do a little curve down this way. And then send it straight on down. But actually, instead of going straight, let's do this. Let's do continuous. And let's give this just a little bit of detail to it. Okay, so now we've got buildings all along here coming in, which is great. Let's go back over here to our French section. We still have not finished out this park. That's fine. We've done these blocks. We did this block. I do think these blocks need some love. So let's see what we can do. We could just, throw in a bunch of trees, which is fine by me. But I do want to see kind of what we're working with zoning wise. There's nothing else we can do there. This area here, it really does leave a ton to be desired. If I were to place a path here and then get rid of it, what does that do? It does give me these 3 options. So we could at least put 3 more homes there, and then we could fill in the rest with trees. So let's go ahead and just plop some trees down into here, make this look a little bit nicer, a little bit more growth in there. Okay, we've got 3 more to go. I mean, this one I think is simple. This one is just, it's gonna get trees. This back up here on the highway has expanded almost to the tunnel, which isn't great, but what are you going to do? I'm not going to put a roundabout here. I know that this traffic is because of people moving in, so I'm not putting a roundabout here. We're just going to have to let it be. This could just be a 3x3, guys. Like, start that 3x3 early. It messes up that building. We'll turn anarchy back off. Let's remove the crosswalks there. Is there a light here? Yeah, get rid of that. There should be no light. We'll do this. Let's go ahead and give this a wide sidewalk on this side as well as this side so that there's no parking. And we'll do wide sidewalk with trees, but that's it. It's going to get a little crazy there for a second, but I think this is better because now we've got 4 lanes going into 3 lanes, which means one of these lanes is a dedicated turn lane. Then we have 3 lanes going into 3 lanes, and then one of those lanes fades away. All right, in that case, I actually don't like that. I would say we want this instead. But see, that only gives me 3 lanes instead of the 4. I like having the 4 lanes there. Time and weather. Don't I have that mod for the roads? I might have turned it off. I think I turned it off. I'm gonna have to get that road mod back on because I think we could make a really nice road here. It's already summer? Oh, did I click on that and it changed the season again? Oh my gosh. This button's a problem. Okay, well now it's summer, which is beautiful. We've just moved the traffic jam further back. That's okay. I think let's finish up these 2 sections here. I think at least this block is just going to be trees. In the next part, we're going to have to work on this park, and we probably have to work on finishing out this park. I don't know what's going to go there yet. But let's just do a little bit more detailing in this section. And by detailing, I mean plopping down trees. I can't believe I turned it to summer. If anything, put it to default. All right, great. Oh, perfect. Now we're back to winter. Okay. I was like, come on. I want to finish out the season we were going through. Chestnuts next. We could fit a few in between here, which is great. How is this traffic jam going? It has cleared up to here. This was 3 lanes to then become 2 lanes to become 3 lanes again, which I think is just causing unnecessary problems. So I think we go ahead and upgrade this so that this whole thing just stays 3 lanes. This exit becomes a lane in this road. Why I didn't notice that before, I couldn't tell you. And I almost wonder if, can we squeeze in a 4 lane here? Go ahead and make that 4 lanes. It's a major entrance to our city. I mean, the traffic is dying down now, so it's not that big of a deal. But this area, I'm gonna be honest, I'm struggling with what to do here because we've got these. We got these like long areas that are technically zoned, even though that nothing built there. And I just wish I could do something cooler in this spot. Especially because I think this building is so cool looking. Let's go back and look at that long park. How long was this park? If I were to place this here. Oh, it's long enough that like it intersects the road on the opposite side. It just doesn't work with these block sizes. And I do think it's strange to have like a sports complex along a 4-lane road. Just that feels odd. All right. At the sake of it being boring, I think this has to just get trees. We'll give some along that side, turn anarchy back off. Okay, so that kind of fills out all of these areas. This one is still unfinished. The question becomes, what do we do here? And I actually think it would be kind of cool to take an alleyway. And let's also be mindful of our topography here. Right? Take an alleyway like that. Let's move this. Move this down this way. And then I think we fill this area in with these little row homes. Let's get this one to fill in first, and then I can fill in the one next to it. Come on. Come on, people. We can do this. Let's go. Fill in. But this will get just another little road. I think that's kind of nice. Now, the question is, do we even need this? I don't think we do, especially if we can maybe fit one more. You're overlapping something? What are you overlapping? Yeah, here we could fit one more house in here, which I'd rather do that. I also think if we're going to do one of these kind of fun little moments, this would be the place to do it. I do think this is a little large, but I think it feels right to have this here. Yeah, I like that. All right. And we've got homeless people living here already. I'm literally like only building housing of late, and there's 2 squares of housing that's not even been zoned yet. So how are you already have homeless people living there? In that case, let's do this. Low rent housing. We're kind of on the outer portions of the city here. I think back over here, we could do some low rent housing for the people. And then over here, I don't want to do anything just yet because that might change significantly. But that'll give us some additional space so that we won't have, hopefully, as many. Oh, they've already moved out. Perfect. All right, let's give this some trees. And then I think that's really everything I wanted to accomplish today. We did far more than I thought we would get done. I didn't think we would get all of Basin's Edge built, but it's looking like it. This section here, though, I'm thinking it needs something. And having this little alleyway come through, I think that looks really nice. Like, we could easily, I think right here, send an alleyway up and over. It doesn't do a whole ton for us in terms of expanding our access to zoning, but it does give us, you know what, too? Hold on. What if the sides of those? Yes. Yep. Turn anarchy off. Remove this here, just from that section. But now these are retaining walls. Those are retaining walls. I think that looks great. Okay, so let's go ahead and figure out, is that a part of Chichester or no? I actually think this here is a part of Basin's Edge. I don't think it makes sense for it to be a part of Chichester, so we're going to place it here. It's a part of Basin's Edge. This area is going to also get some French housing. or French buildings, but it's going to be all French medium density or all French low rent housing, which I don't think we have any demand for. So instead, let's do this right here. All French medium density row housing. We haven't done a whole block of that, but it's going to be the smaller version of these kind of trickling over here. And Dean Street looks out into just some absolute garbage because it's all highway and it's just terrible. So let's go ahead and no, I can't do, because this is elevated, I'm not able to put trees along that side. However, we can put trees along this side, and we will. Get rid of those. You can park here. That was fine. There we go. Okay. We have like this new like French section of the city, which I love this new asset pack. Oh my God. I kind of can't believe this is free. So pumped about it. We do need to figure out what we want to do with our shoreline. I mean, it's fine. I think we could do more here. Actually, you know what? I see the ambulance. Let's give you a French medical center just so that you have what you need. This is that little what's the name I'm looking for? Tennis court. Where could we place this French clinic? I mean, we also have these little houses here. No, that's not going to work. Oh, wait. It would make some people homeless. However, I think this is necessary for the greater good. So we have this building here. What's this? Yard extension with additional amenities for patients and their relatives increases treatment efficiency and well-being. Goes right in the middle. Why not? Okay. There we go. We have a few people. Now, how many people are living? Basin's Edge used to have nobody living in it. It used to be a just empty district. Actually, that's not true. There used to be a few people up here who lived in Basin's Edge. Now we have 5,088 residents, 1,400 children, 300 teens, 3,000 adults. Let's get a quick pulse on our educational facilities. Our elementary school has got 924 students. Doing just fine. Our high school is doing totally fine. I almost wonder, do we open the elementary school to the people of Chichester as well? I say we do it. The college, which is districted for this whole half of the city, only has 105 students. So we're actually going to remove any operating district restriction, and that's just going to be open to all residents of the city. We'll see how that goes. We've got a few of these. This building is empty and available for rent, so nobody has rented out this building just yet. How is that going for the rest of these? Electronics and software media, textiles, electronics, software, media, telecom. Okay, so most places here are in fact rented out, occupied and vacant commercial buildings. Let's turn off all of this. Those are offices, so they don't count. Is there a version, like, can I see one that shows a building that's vacant? Maybe we do that with offices. Like, we know that this building is vacant. No, that's a commercial building. I don't know if I understand this overlay, because commercial signature building right here, occupied vacant. I guess there are a few commercial signature buildings like this one. Oh no, that's a residential signature building. Okay, hold on. But they're both filled. So there's people in those. All right, I don't know if I fully understand that overlay, but we'll get there. So we're good in terms of health. We've got a healthcare facility. I'm not saying it's great, but we've got some coverage here. You can tell that these people need a little bit more attention, but there's a hospital here as well as the medical facilities. They're going to be fine. We're doing okay on our garbage processing. That might become an issue in the future. Fire, we only have one fire station all the way over here. It may be valuable for us to build a second one, maybe over here. I feel like just one for this whole city is a little ridiculous. So let's just quickly place down. We have a French fire station and a French firehouse. I think we place down the French firehouse and we place it along Dean Street. Actually, no. The way that this ground is moving, I think we placed it along Oak Street. That's there. Looks pretty nice. We got all kinds of upgrades. A garage expansion. Quick response depot. What does that do? Enhances emergency readiness with extra space for quicker preparation and increased equipment storage. Well, let's do that. Rapid response garage accommodates 2 additional fast units, enabling quicker emergency deployment. Yeah. And then a dormitory, ensuring quicker response times during emergencies. Screw it. Do it all. It could maybe benefit to have a parking lot next door, but we'll do that later. I am going to just smooth this back out because I feel like I messed up this ground a little bit. Okay, these menus have slightly changed. Okay. Bring that out to here and then go ahead and just give it a nice smooth and call it a day. That will do just fine. Oh, and this little section is filling in kind of nice. Look at that. That's actually adorable. How are people going on the trams? Trams 9, passengers 123, 6% usage. Not mad about it. I think that's pretty much everything. We already looked at the education. How is the parks going? Some blocks are better than others, right? But we've got 3 parks right over here. This area does not have any parks, but the residents living here have parks. I don't understand what's wrong with that little block. It'll survive. I think this is all looking pretty good. So I think as we're going to leave this part here. We just brought in 5,000 new people to Basin's Edge, and I'm really excited about it. There is a little bit of duplicity in some of these buildings. Like, these are all exactly the same, but I think when you zoom out and you get just the overall view of everything, I think it looks really nice. And I think we did a decent enough job, especially with the low density or the low rent French buildings here in the middle. I think it does a nice job of blending it into the American style. I might use these French low rent a bit more often because these ones are not my favorite. And they're always just too tall. These are the perfect height. We're really going to be able to make some nice just movement in our cities and our skylines. So this is a great pack. All right, guys, I think that's it for today. So thanks so much for watching. Leave your comments and feedback below, and I will see you all in the next one.